Over 22,000 dead in Turkey and Syria due to earthquakes. That number is still rising and the cleanup is still happening. The U.S. has launched a relief effort now and they are still searching for survivors, digging through that rubble. But again, the death toll right now standing at 22,000 in Turkey and Syria. Just some devastating images coming out of that region. And for much more, we now bring in Dennis with Furman University, a student there at Furman. So Dennis, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
You are with us this evening is because you are from Turkey. You have family still in Turkey right now. First off, how are they doing? And what is the situation like for them?
My family is doing all right, thank you for asking. But I have friends who are severely affected by the earthquake. I have a friend who lost two relatives. Her aunt and 2-year-old baby is still, they're still under the rubble. And it has been almost like 6 days. So just imagining trying to survive without food, shelter, barely any space to move, and you don't even know if you're gonna make it. And I have another friend, for example, who lost his college roommate. Obviously, the people who have gone through the adversity firsthand, it's terrible for them. But we are talking about a whole nation of 85 million affected by this tragedy. Just imagine losing your college roommate. One day you wake up and then you see the news. There's a massive earthquake, and you can't reach out to your college roommate because he's, has passed away.
When you hear that number 22,000 and knowing that it could likely get bigger, what comes to mind?
I mean, it's not, I wouldn't use the word like that, to be fair. It will unfortunately rise for sure because, I mean, it has affected 11 states only in Turkey, and there are neighboring countries like Syria also affected. Right. So regardless of the resources utilized in order to assist the rescue and, assist at first, it's just like too hard for people to save everyone. So there's going to be people who cannot be reached. There's going to be people who are just, I guess, left by themselves until death.
And you brought us some pictures, some videos, and some images that you've been getting from family there in Turkey. So we want to go and bring those up. What are we looking at as we kind of continue to scroll through some of these images here?
So obviously, a lot of collapsed buildings. It is beyond imagination. But also these buildings, they are not specifically, houses. Sure. You will see administration buildings being collapsed. You will see hospitals being collapsed. And these are the buildings that, regardless of the circumstances, you will want them to remain intact, right? Because then there's going to be people injured right now. Just in Turkey, there's almost 80,000 people injured, right? And those pillars collapse. So you can treat those people in the appropriate, place. You can really go to the administration building and seek assistance because there is no one to talk to. Right. So.
And you were saying something earlier too where, no building's really built to sustain a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, but it seems like the situation is a little bit more worse in Turkey and Syria is because those buildings just seem to fall apart so quickly.
So in Turkey, because the earthquakes, they hit southern eastern Turkey, right? Okay. And in southern eastern Turkey, what we often see is the government investments will be typically lower compared to that of in the West. And I think that also played a role into how the earthquakes affected the region. Yep. Poor instruction is definitely one of the causes of this tragedy, I would say.
How can anyone at home help? We see this, we're so far away from Turkey right now. How can we help in any way?
So we as Furman University, as staff, student, faculty, whoever, we are working towards a relief fund campaign that will be hopefully supported by the alumni, Furman's other resources, as well as our own. But we are still initiating on that campaign. We are in communications with local and international organizations in order to best support to relief efforts. Until then, I see a lot of organizations who are on the pretext of, gathering help. I feel like they're just manipulating people. Maybe they're just going to send help, but even if they do send help, there are appropriate organizations that people can donate to that will, make sure that the help is going to be delivered in time in a timely manner. So my advice to all the people, all the locals of Carolinas will be to, until we as Furman initiate this campaign, please donate to the official transfer account released by the Turkish Embassy. State of South Carolina is under the jurisdiction of the Turkish consulate in Miami. So they have initiated this relief fund campaign. If they can donate to that official account, then that will be their best bet to help people there.
All right, look at that coming from the Turkish embassy there. So, okay,
yes,
Dennis, thank you so much. Our thoughts and prayers are with your family and your friends, and thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.